Hello, welcome to HITC Sport. Alright, Man United fans are dancing in the street. Since Bruno Fernandes's arrival in January, they've yet to lose a league game. There are 13 games unbeaten. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is practically in the running to be the nation's next king. Some Mancunians are already dreaming about a title challenge. But lads, we've been here before. Maybe Man United have turned a corner, but I'm going to take a look at 12 false dawns since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement. The 12 times it looked like they were about to return to glory, only for everything to then collapse like the sprigs in Heavy D's couch. August 2013, Swansea 1, Man United 4. Alright lads, remember during the summer 2013, the greatest ever manager just quit the club. Chelsea practically spent the summer camped on Wayne Rooney's porch, while the prospect of a 6-year era under a manager without so much as a raffle win to his name. Most Man United fans had already accepted death, and then, opening day of the season, they travelled to Wales and stick 4 goals past Swansea City. Both Robin van Persie and Danny Welbeck grabbed a brace each. This was the game which changed the scepticism about David Moyes. For about 5 minutes, most Man United fans were believed that actually, maybe this man was capable of winning them a trophy. No, he most definitely wasn't. April 2014, Man United 4, Norwich 0. Okay, after sitting through 8 months of David Moyes, most Man United fans were clogging up the waiting rooms of therapists nationwide. The fact it was late April and they were forced to watch Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City and Arsenal in a 4-way fight for the title while they lay halfway down the goddamn league, it must have felt about as much fun as having chunks of hair ripped out your scalp. And then Ryan Giggs, long being groomed as Fergie's successor, took the interim reins in late April 2014 and immediately spanked Norwich City 4-0 at home. Both Wayne Rooney and Juan Mata grabbed themselves braces. Finally, United could get back to winning ways under Giggs. Just like Chelsea now with Frank Lampard, this man was a Manchester man. Unlike Moyes, he knew what the level of expectation was at this club, so finally United could restore a little bit of pride and get back to winning ways. Now, his next game he chucked his job application down a toilet, losing 1-0 at home to Sunderland. Giggs might have been a great player, but he's about as competent as being a world-class manager as he is being a half-decent brother. October 2014, Man United 2, Everton 1. Lads, let's not forget, most Man United fans were willing to bend down and kiss Louis van Gaal's toes. Finally, here's an experienced manager used to dealing with big clubs' expectation, not Everton and Preston North End. He just coached Holland to finish 3rd at the World Cup and what's more, had brought world superstars Angel Di Maria and Radamel Falcao to the club, instead of, Marouane Fellaini. Sure, it had been a bumpy start. Not only had Jamie Vardy used the defence to clean his teeth, they'd also been slapped around 4-0 by MK Dons. And for the love of God, what on earth was Tyler Blackett doing in their defence? You might as well have chucked the club mascot in the back 3. But this 2-1 win over Everton, featuring goals from Champions League winner Di Maria and the debutant Falcao, most Man United fans thought they had enough firepower now to blow the rest of the league out of the water. They definitely didn't. The next week was a flat 2-2 draw at West Brom, a game where Saido Berahino was yet again carving through their defence as if it was a slab of butter. The week after that, they were having to snatch a last-minute draw at home to Chelsea, a result they celebrated like an actual win, by the way. Under Sir Alex, failing to beat anyone at home would probably result in half the first team having their heads jammed in a dishwasher. And then a week after that, a defeat at the Etihad to leave them 9th in the league after 10 league games. Not to mention Falcao, a predicted 30-goal-a-season superstar striker, spent the season stumbling about the park as if he had feet made of plastic, while Di Maria just spent the season terrified whenever he left the house. December 2014, Man United 3, Liverpool 0. Lads, earlier in 2014, Man United fans have been forced to watch David Moyes coach them to a 3-0 home reverse against Liverpool. And lads, it could have been 5 or 6-0. Honestly, one of the darkest chapters in this club's recent history. So watching them actually beat Liverpool 3-0 in December, under an actual competent football manager who hadn't been born with a carrot stuffed in his skull, United fans probably thought they were back to their best. It was their 6th league win in a row, put them 3rd in the league, and within 8 points of the title. Man United fans could almost sniff future success. April 2015, Man United 4, Man City 2. Lads, do you all remember what this result did for Man United fans? When they absolutely smashed Man City to smithereens, Louis van Gaal overseeing a 4-2 win, where Ashley Young turned the City defenders into wet Weetabix. This was their 6th league win in a row, having come just 2 weeks after taking all 3 points at Anfield. This put them 3rd in the league, again just 8 points off top spot, and then they lose 3 games in a row, scoring a big fat 0 goals, one of which included a 3-0 defeat at Everton and a 1-0 reverse at home to West Brom. Lads. September 2015, Man United 3, Sunderland 0. Yeah, nobody should ever read into a routine 3-0 win over Sunderland, but lads, back in September 2015, this put Man United back on top of the table for the first time in 2 years. New signing Memphis Depay had scored, gave United the 3rd win in a row, and it was also the same day that a pretty hopeless Man City conceded 4 at Spurs. United fans were dreaming of a league title in 2016. A week later they got beaten up 3-0 at the Emirates, ended up finishing 5th in the league and sacking Van Gaal. I mean, does anyone remember the Christmas period where they failed to win 6 league games in a row, losing to Bournemouth, Norwich and Stoke? And a proud and historic club like Man United, I'm surprised Van Gaal wasn't immediately shot out of a cannon across the northwest. August 2016, Hull 0, Man United 1. Oh lads, remember this game? Jose Mourinho had won his first 3 games at Man United, one of which included the Community Shield. field. This was a guy who was able to sneeze and he'd get a trophy. So when the club ground out a last-minute 1-0 win at Hull City, courtesy of Marcus Rashford to keep them top of the pile, most United fans were celebrating as if they'd won a World Cup. This is what Mourinho does, grinding out important 1-0 wins at tricky grounds, finally having a world-class manager. He was about to lead this club back to another Premier League title. After all, these were the sort of games he was used to winning at Chelsea. Unfashionable, ugly 1-0 wins at relegation clubs. But yeah, no, United would just win one over the next 7 games, one of which included a Derby Day defeat, and then a 3-1 embarrassment at Watford, and a 4-0 hammering at Stamford Bridge. A league title? No, Jose finished 6th. September 2017, Man United 4, Crystal Palace 0. Remember when Man United won the league in September? Well, according to the fans anyway. It was late September, thumping Crystal Palace 4-0 at Old Trafford. Not only was it 6 wins from 7, it was already the club's 4th 4-0 win. Never mind boring Jose 1-0 football. Now with Romelu Lukaku stuffed up front, they were about to smash points records, win by about 4 or 5 goals every bastard week. Yeah, no, 2 weeks later they were losing to Huddersfield Town. They finished 2nd in the league, but 19 points off the title. Massive false dawn. April 2018, Man City 2, Man United 3. This was supposed to be the game where Mourinho really stamped his mark on the club. They just fought back from 2-0 down to win at the Etihad, denying their city rivals the title. This was also their 5th win in a row, having seen off both Antonio Conte and Jurgen Klopp along the way. It was too late to win the league, yes, but this was encouraging, managing to pull City's pants down in their own patch. Surely United's success was just around the corner. Yeah, no, the next week they lost at home to West Brom. 2 weeks later they were getting smacked up at Brighton. And Jose was sacked within 6 months. November 2018, Juventus 1, Man United 2. Alright lads, by November, Man United fans were losing patience with Jose Mourinho. But a last gasp 2-1 Champions League win in Turin, maybe this was a glimmer of hope, a sign that Mourinho hadn't lost it and could actually deliver success to the club. Nah, instead, when they should have been full of confidence, having shoved Ronaldo's 6-pack back down his throat, they failed to win any of the next 4 league games. Stayed 8th in the league, and yeah, sacked Mourinho. March 2019, PSG 1, Man United 3. Yeah, this was the game where Man United fans thought they were back. Rio Ferdinand was leaping out of his chair, screaming that Oli was at the wheel. Sure, this miracle last-minute second-leg comeback win against PSG was great, but let's not forget that the Parisians were European football's biggest bottle jobs. Oli was being held up as some sort of managerial genius. Well, then they went and won just 2 of the last 12 league games of the season. They were dumped out of the FA Cup at Wolves, dismantled by Barcelona in Europe, and let's not forget a hilariously terrible 4-0 thumping at Everton. A home defeat to Cardiff City, lads. August 2019, Man United 4, Chelsea 0. Yeah, after a summer to recharge the batteries and splash the cash, Man United fans might have thought their fortunes had turned after the opening day of the season. A 4-0 thumping of Chelsea, new signing Harry Maguire was being held up as the English Virgil van Dijk, Marcus Rashford helped himself to a couple of goals, Paul Pogba was pulling strings in midfield, even Daniel James was getting on the score sheet. Maybe the club could finally now start dreaming of trophies for real, because Maguire was surely the missing piece of the jigsaw, and you know, just like Liverpool, this centre-back signing would soon soar them back to glory. Yeah, no, they won just 3 of the next 13 league games. There were defeats against Crystal Palace, West Ham, Newcastle, Bournemouth and Watford, and this was all before Christmas. By the 1st of December, they were stuffed 9th in the league. Anyway, that's the end of it, lads. What do you think? Maybe Man United have turned the corner now. Maybe Oli is about to put forward an actually decent title challenge next season. Or it could just be like the last 12 times, and this is just a false dawn with a club's confidence so brittly low that they'll just collapse and die after the next away defeat. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below if you agree or not. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.